103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU football.
Join us for an awesome time at the Pet Palooza, Saturday, October 26th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Louisiana Boardwalk. Bring your furry friends for tail wagging fun, featuring market vendors with treats and toys, free rabies vaccines, a magical costume contest, and on-site pet adoptions. Be sure to catch the Super Retriever Series dock diving competition behind Bass Pro Shops. Don't miss Pet Palooza, October 26th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Louisiana Boardwalk. Check out visitshreveportbossier.org/sports.
Hey LSU fans, I'm Tony Tagliabue. Join me Thursday night at 6 after Sports Talk with JJ and Bonsai Ben. We're talking Tiger football, presented in part by Carter Credit Union and Ray Ford. Ahead of the Brian Kelly Show, we'll talk 1 hour of LSU football, a game preview, the game day forecast, and your chance to win with the Dilla's Quesadillas trivia question. Talking Tiger football, Thursday night at 6 on the home of LSU Sports, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. You get the idea. And now, get yours with $1 any size soft drink. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Exclusions apply.
Hey, if you have ugly yellow toe fungus, you gotta hear about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. It works from both the inside and the outside. Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus. You can check it out at crystalflesh.com. Jake started off with a small spot on his big toe and then it spread and got really bad. His toes were nasty. It was so embarrassing. He was afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflesh.com. It was the only thing that worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot again. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflesh.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflesh.com.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Tiger weather now.
With sunshine today and a light breeze out of the south, the high should approach 89 degrees. Still clear into the evening with an overnight low dropping down to 60. And then for Wednesday and Thursday, some more dry conditions with sunshine each day and highs approaching 90. Temperatures will cool slightly into Friday and it'll still be dry with some more sun and a high eventually reaching 86 degrees. I'm Jeff Marr at the Weather Channel.
KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Bossier City's home for LSU sports, a Town Square Media station. The following is a paid program. Participants of this program are not employees of this station, and their views, opinions, and claims do not necessarily represent those of Town Square Media, its employees, or advertisers.
The following program is paid for by Tim Fletcher.
Good afternoon. It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
Voice of the Demons, right?
Yes.
Touchdown, Demons!
Brined, marinated, or dry rubbed, it's sports the way you like it.
Sports Center Top 10 right there!
Talking to the biggest names, bringing you the best interviews.
He actually smokes his beans.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
The cooler is full, and the brisket is resting.
Just a nice little pull, and it comes right apart. That's perfect.
We eat ribs with this dude.
Here's your master of ceremonies, the Kansas City Barbecue Society
certified expert.
Throw the fade, looking for Ferguson. Got it!
Patrick Netherton.
13-yard touchdown. Demons are back in it. And good afternoon. We welcome you in. It's the Patrick Netherton Show right here on 1130 The Tiger. What's up, everybody? How we doing? How's your mom and them? Oh, there we go. How's your mom and them? How's everybody feeling? We're good. We're happy. We're healthy. We're feeling good about life. That's good. That's good. Our long national nightmare from yesterday, I got fixed this morning, so we got the correct got the AirPod in. The AirPod is working correctly. Everything is back as it should be. Apparently, our internet is having a little issue right now, but you know what do you expect? We can't have we can't just have a good show that that just goes off without a hitch. You know, we can't be having that. That's for sure. But yeah, we're here. We're hanging out. We're happy to have you with us. Everything is looking okay right now, so that's good. And we're gonna try to get through a Tuesday without any issues. You know, that's fingers crossed. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. We're able to make that happen. But we're here. We're happy to be here. Happy you're here. Just happy in general. It's a pretty day. Sun is shining. We haven't had rain in like 3 weeks or a month, or I don't know how long it's been since we had rain. Hadn't rained in a while. That certainly makes Buster happy, and if Buster's happy, that makes me happy. So if that means I got to turn the sprinklers on to water my new bushes, then hey, we turn the sprinklers on to water the new bushes. We make do. It is the Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. We are super pleased to have you with us. And, man, just looking forward to a good day chitting and chatting and hanging out with you. Hopefully everything will be smooth. We're already taking entries for the Pearl Upset Special. If you are someone who's into that and want to get an opportunity to try to win a $50 gift card to the Pearl, just like Quilt Lady did this past week, all you have to do is just give us the biggest underdog that you believe will win outright. Biggest underdog that you believe will win outright. And you can win a $50 gift certificate to the Pearl. Just that simple. Send it to us over on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line, 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426. So how's everybody doing? How's your mom and them? Got Louisiana Tech tonight hosting UTEP. UTEP fresh off its first win of the season, and the first win under Scotty Walden. It was his first victory as a coach. He was at what? I believe he was at Austin P, maybe, right? He was at ETBU and was had a really nice run at ETBU, and then went to Austin P. He was the interim coach at Southern Miss before moving along. He was the interim coach at Southern Miss before he was the head coach at Austin P. And he ended up having a nice little run at Austin P. Last 2 years, they tied for first in the conference, and they went to the tournament, which Austin P had not really done that before, and then took over here. This is his first year at UTEP. So they're coming into Ruston to take on the The Bulldogs, a squad that is the struggle bus, it seems. Felt like they were going to get the win last week. Big favorites over New Mexico State, and couldn't make it happen. New Mexico State ends up taking it into overtime and ended up beating the Aggies. Ended up beating the Bulldogs in overtime. Sonny Cumbie 2-4 this season. And you're feeling like that maybe some folks are out for Cumbie at this point. Does feel like they're out for a little bit of blood, and obviously you're comparing him to Skip Holtz, who all he did was go to bowl games and win bowl games, and never really had that just amazing 10-11 win season where you're in the hunt for the playoff, that kind of thing, or you're being talked about as that group of 5 representative in the New York 6 bowls. Like, they never got to that level, but certainly they were very good. And Skip had a lot of success, and then had really one down year, and that was it. They ran Skip out at that point, and everything was different after that. So, yeah, a very unusual thing happening. By the way, I did not go over Patrick's picks and Moody's moneymakers from last week, but I did want to mention that we did indeed go ahead and take Louisiana Tech and UTEP. I took over 50.5 this week. So Louisiana Tech, UTEP over 50.5. It feels like UTEP's kind of figured their offense out a little bit. Louisiana Tech has had pretty good offensive success at home. They've struggled a bit on the road. So I feel like I feel like the over there is the feeling like the over there is where we're at. So we're going over Louisiana Tech, UTEP over. I believe I said 50.5. Yeah, it's sitting at 50.5. So I could very much understand this game being 30-24 kind of thing, 31-24. I could very easily see either or really both of these teams scoring in the 30s. Before it's all said and done. So, yeah, let's. I'm going UTEP and Louisiana Tech over 50.5. So that's going to be one of my picks, and I'll go over what went down last week on Patrick's picks and Moody's moneymakers. We'll discuss that coming up in just a bit. Otherwise, we'd love to hear from you. Obviously, we've got NFL stuff going on. Saints and Cowboys getting back at it. We'd love to hear. The Saints are going to be on the road at San Diego. Cowboys are going to be where are the Cowboys this week? I need to look at my NFL schedule here. I have not checked it. Week 8, you've got Saints on the road at the Chargers, as we mentioned. Cowboys are at the 49ers, so things not getting easier for the Cowboys, traveling to Levi Stadium in Santa Clara to take on the Niners. That is the Sunday night game on NBC/Peacock. So Sunday night game, Cowboys and 49ers, while you've got Giants and Steelers as your Monday night game. Giants have obviously not been great. Steelers, look, Mike. Every time you turn around, Mike Tomlin is just winning games, man. That's all he does. He doesn't finish below 500. He's never finished below 500 as a head coach. He just keeps getting it done. It is a remarkable run that Mike Tomlin has been on with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Cowboys at Niners Sunday night game. Saints at Chargers. That is a 3:05 game, so that is your not the late game, but certainly in the late window. As the 2-5 Saints, the 3-3 Chargers. Right now, the Chargers are sitting as a 7-point favorite, and the line is low. The over/under is low. The over/under is only 39.5. Obviously, the Saints offensively don't exactly inspire a lot of confidence that they'll put up points. Chargers have not exactly been just blowing the doors off offensively, so that's going to be interesting. That'll be a fascinating one. That's 3:05. So nothing in the noon window for us anyway. In our greater area, Rogers obviously will be paying attention to Colts at Texans, as the Texans will look to continue to distance themselves in the division, and so obviously Hambone will be paying attention to that. But yeah, there's a lot happening in the world of the NFL, that's for sure, and we will keep up to date. Saints fans, Cowboys fans, how you feeling? At the Chargers is not that daunting. However, the injury list continues to be a bad deal. Rashid Shaheed is done for the year. Who was it? Paulson Adebo broke his femur. Like, just a lot of really awful things going on injury-wise for the New Orleans Saints. So we'd love to hear from you, Saints fans, Cowboys fans. Let us know what you think about all of the various goings-on around in the NFL, and especially around your two teams. We'd love to hear about it. Speaking of hearing about it, there's a couple of ways you can get in touch with the show here. You can call us on the Pearl Shreveport hotline. The Pearl Shreveport hotline is 318-RALLY-45, 318-725-5945.
Hello.
Hey, Coach O. What's up, buddy? Hope O's doing well.
We're coming.
Yeah.
We're coming.
Are you backing down?
And we ain't backing down.
Oh, okay, good. Glad to hear that you're not backing down. You're standing your ground. You also can find us on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line, 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426. That is how you get in touch with us on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line. We are also available to you on 11:30 a.m. if you want to listen to the show. You can listen on the AM or FM dials. Now, the AM dial has a much larger reach than the FM dial. So the AM dial is going to be, a lot bigger and more powerful. FM dial will be more around the city kind of thing. But it's 11:30 on the AM dial. It's 103.3 on the FM dial. You can also dial us in on any of 4 streaming platforms. That's right. We are on 4 streaming platforms, which means not only do you get to listen to the show, you get to watch the show. You can see this beautiful face right there in front of you, and who wouldn't want that? You can see my spectacular church confessional headboard that I got going on. How do you do that? You find us in any of these ways: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. You can do any of those. Facebook.com/Netherton Show. That's YouTube.com/@Netherton Show. You can do Twitch.tv/Netherton Show, or Twitter, and that is @PT Netherton, @PT Netherton, over on Twitter/X. We're available in any of those on any of those platforms. So feel free to watch us any of those places. We would absolutely love to have you. We are also available via the app if you want to tune in that way and listen to the really crystal clear audio. I mean, that's as good audio as you're going to have, the app. 11:30 The Tiger, search for that on Google Play or your iTunes App Store, and you can listen to us in crystal clear HD audio. And now, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce the man, the myth, the legend, Rogers E. Hampton Jr.
We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, and in the name of the Lollipop Guild, we wish to welcome you to Munchkinland.
Hey, boy! Hey, boy.
Hey, you guys.
Hello.
What's up, my dude?
I don't know. Tuesday, Monday,
my friend. Second Monday.
Tuesday, Monday, yeah.
Old second Monday, just creeping up on you.
It is.
Think you got through Monday, think everything's fine, and then Tuesday comes in and hits you right upside the head. And you feel like you've accomplished something.
Right
I'm telling you. just right upside the head. How you feeling, my friend? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm staying inside. It's hot outside.
Yeah, it's unseasonably warm, right?
I brought shorts to change into today. I was smart because at 4 in the morning, long pants are good.
Yeah.
In the afternoon, it's not. So I remember to bring some shorts today.
Good for you, my friend.
Because we got a couple days of the 90s, and then another week of 80s. I mean, I was just seeing the long-term forecast. It's not going to be down into the 70s till like 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
this is weird for late October, man.
Well, it's kind of seems par for the course. We're getting bigger and stronger and more destructive hurricanes. We're getting heat longer. So yeah, it kind of feels like par for the course right now. I don't want to use the trigger phrase, Rogers, global warming, and freak everybody out. But
no.
But it certainly does feel like it's a lot warmer than we're used to. And
but I will say on the good side is I know we're coming up on the fair. So it's really good for the fair to have good weather. They're one of those poor souls like the Independence Bowl that for some reason they just get half their days ruined by weather.
Yep.
I think they're going to catch a break this year, man.
Yeah, it seems like it. I saw.
And it's supposed to be a brand new company with all the rides.
Right. It's a group that does a fair in Texas and Ohio, apparently.
Oh, wow. That's funny because Little Bit just went to the last day of the State Fair of Texas this weekend.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's the group that does the actual State Fair of Texas.
I don't either. That's what I was going to ask
Yeah,
you.
I don't
She sent me a picture of Big Tex.
Yeah, Big Tex. I don't think
and
it's
of course,
the same
a picture
group.
of a corn dog and a lemonade, which is what you and I always usually try to do that day one.
I just eat, I eat whatever ridiculous fried things there are.
You do try the new things.
Yeah,
that
whatever,
are fried.
fried Snickers, fried Twinkies, whatever. And
you're good about that, man.
Yeah, and then Rogers wants his corn dog, but Rogers gets mad because they only have foot-long corn dogs. They don't have regular corn dogs anymore.
Maybe this year with the new company they'll have the shorter one.
I don't know.
I just can't eat that damn long thing anymore.
I will say this, Rogers. I've gotten to where when I leave Natchitoches, I always stop at the French Market, and if you know about the French Market Express, and Rogers knows. But Rogers, I always stop there, and more times than not, I just get a couple of corn dogs.
Really?
Yeah, because for whatever reason, the batter they use a little sweeter batter.
Oh.
Whether that's, I don't know if it's like a sweet corn or if it's just they add some sugar or something to the batter. I don't know. But I really like, because I put mustard on my corn dogs. That's all I put on them.
You've seen me.
Yeah.
You can't even tell my corn dog's brown.
Right. So I do mustard. I don't do nearly as much mustard as you do.
Oh, no, I know I'm over the top.
And Little Bit does mustard and ketchup on hers.
Yeah,
I saw her post a photo.
I didn't remember that. She sent me a picture with the mustard and ketchup. And I forgot about the ketchup because I cannot stand ketchup. But no, I know I go over the top with the mustard. So by the time I have that one corn dog and that lemonade, my mouth is so squeezed together I can barely even talk.
Yeah, it's a lot of sour going on there.
That's where the beer loosens it up.
Well, of course. That's what you need it for.
So maybe that first day we might just have to take off a day and get out there at 11 o'clock and just have us a good couple hours before you got to get back to Mama.
Yeah, it's certainly a thought. There's no doubt about that. I definitely have a. Like I said, I like the French Market corn dogs because they're sweeter, and so I'll put a little mustard on it, and then I eat it, and you get that the savory hot dog, you get the sweet of the cornmeal, and you get that sort of sour with the mustard, and it all blends together beautifully. Like it really does. For whatever reason, that is my go-to. And look, I love the meat pies at the French Market. They're outstanding. Like everything they make at the French Market is great. Most people know them for their yam cakes, which is a big favorite. I've never had a yam cake. I don't know what it tastes like. I probably should get one of the little mini ones at some point just to try it. But I haven't. So I get the corn dog, and and they're smaller ones. They're the regular size corn dogs.
Yeah.
And so I will do I'll do a little mustard on that and just get after it.
I heard that, man. Yeah, anything good at that French Market is fantastic.
That French Market is so good.
The desserts.
Yep.
Everything.
Yep.
All homemade.
All homemade.
You can't go to
Rogers.
without stopping.
It's convenience store made. They don't make it in a home. They make it in the back.
It's funny because nowadays there's better food in these little places like that than there are in some restaurants.
So I tell people all the time, and when I stop at Karchner's, and Trey just said yam cake.
Yam cake.
When I stop at Karchner's, or Billy's or Ray's, on the way down to Baton Rouge, you get on 190, and they've got the big in Crotch Springs. You've got Karchner's.
Is that where you get those cracklings?
Yep.
Okay, I remember that. I remember that one trip.
You got Karchner's on kind of towards the end, right before you get to the bridge at Crotch Springs, and then they just put in the big gas station with Billy's and Ray's. And I mean, you talk about boudin balls. You talk about with the sausage that they have, the cracklins. Boudin itself, not just the balls. I mean, it's incredible. And so we will typically just get after it. I'll get a big mess of cracklins. I'll get boudin balls. Sometimes I'll just get a link of boudin straight up. But I tell people all the time, like, our gas station food in Louisiana is better than your 5-star restaurant in, Michigan or Ohio or whatever. Although I had a 5-star restaurant in Cleveland, and it was unbelievable. It was, I think I talked about it. It's called the Marble Room, and it was built out of an old, late 1800s, early 1900s bank.
Oh, wow.
And that was back when they made banks with, the ceilings were 100 foot high.
Yeah.
That kind of like the big columns and the real ornate architecture and everything.
It's kind of like Fletcher's sponsor with GBT. Their buildings are a lot like that.
Yeah.
The one I go to on Williamson Way in Mansfield, man, I could live in it as a house.
Yeah,
it's so nice.
And Rogers, we're talking like imagine, like when you see the Grand Central Station, the subway terminal, when you see that, like that is that's what we're talking about. I
hear you, brother.
It is massive and gorgeous. They renovated it completely, and it's one of the best meals I've ever had my entire life. Period.
Well, speaking of great buildings and great meals, our sponsor, The Pearl, covers both of those.
What? Rogers,
yes.
A great building and a great meal?
I'm glad we're talking about this now.
Okay.
Fletcher did a testimonial this morning. Him and
after
his
his golf
buddies
outing
went, dude, the brisket biscuit with gravy on it.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to try that.
Yeah.
And an omelet with crawfish and shrimp.
Yep.
I've got to try that.
Yep.
The hamburger with a fried egg on top of it. I need to try that. I'm a picky eater, and I'm willing to try 3 things that I normally don't eat. When he described the brisket biscuit, I mean, right now my mouth is watering.
Well,
we've got to make a little trip to the Pearl soon because I'm missing it, my friend.
Don't drip on the microphone, Roger.
It's funny. I just backed off. It's funny you would say that when I did that because some dropped on the floor a little bit.
Yeah. Well, hey, you better not let Kelly hear about that. You know how he feels. You know how he feels about moisture in the studio. So
you ain't got to worry about that anymore.
No. Okay. All right. Well, you and I have to catch up, my friend.
Yeah. He's no longer associated with the company.
You and I need to catch up. We
hadn't seen each other in a while.
I know. I keep hassling Rogers for lunch on
I'm not
Sundays.
supposed to know because I'm not an employee of the company, and nobody in the building has said anything yet. But of course, because I became friends with him, I know exactly what's going on. We need to get together. There's a lot you don't know.
Yeah, we gotta dish. We gotta have a little dishing going on.
So that's what I was saying. Worst comes to worst, maybe that first day of the fair, we'll ask Lord Fletcher to maybe give us that afternoon off, and we can go from like 11 to 1 because I know you need to get back to the house as close to 2 as possible.
Yep.
So we'll do our little 2-hour walk around, corn dog, your fried food, get a couple beers, check out everything. We'll go see the Indian who plays the little Indian flute over there dressed in his turquoise. It's all the same stuff every year. We know that.
Well,
that's what I love about it.
If nothing else, Rogers, I definitely want to make sure that I ride the super scary haunted buggy ride. If it's here. It wasn't here last time I went.
No, it wasn't.
And I was very disappointed because that's my favorite. It's the one where you get in the like little cart.
Yeah.
And you go in and it's completely dark.
In the little building.
Yeah, you like basically go in what amounts to a T building.
Barely fit in that damn thing.
Exactly. No,
Patrick.
it's so small.
I can't believe it can swing you around that door.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's powerful for being as small as it is, like Rogers.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, so you go in and like you go through the like big heavy curtain thing, and then you're in the dark, and something drops from the ceiling and it like makes a noise, and then something like jumps out at you from the side.
I'm interested to see the new company, what they bring, what they don't bring, but it's supposed to be like newer equipment, and most of the carnies, I understand, are supposed to have maybe almost all their teeth. So this may be safer this year.
We're up to tooth standards now. Like we're up in the teeth standard. If you got one only
missing one or two, then I think you probably got grade A top choice right there.
I mean, let's go, Rogers. I just want to know which fair can I go to that Jamie Lee Presley is at.
Oh,
that's what I want to know. Which fair is she at? Because that's the one I'd like to go to, please.
Dang.
Yeah.
You're my sister.
You're my sister. Oh, no, just kidding. Yeah, that's the fair. I'll say this. I've never seen Jamie Lee Presley out at the fair. I can promise you that. All right, it's a Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM, off and running. Would love to hear from you. Call us on the Pearl Shreveport hotline, 318-RALLY-45, 318-725-5945. Feel free to text us on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line, 318-657-0426. You can also send us messages on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch if you're watching in any of those locations. It is the Patrick Netherton Show. We'll be back.
Eyes without a face. Eyes without a face. Eyes without a face. Got no human grace. Your eyes without a face.
Everyone's broken a phone, but not just anybody can fix one. Don't trust your phone to a fly-by-night shop. And don't try to fix it yourself. Let the experts at Batteries Plus keep you connected by replacing your screen, repairing your phone, or replacing the battery for you. Walk in anytime or make an appointment at batteriesplus.com and save $10. Trust the experts at Batteries Plus.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Are you working out, eating healthy, doing all the right things, but still not seeing the right result? Well, it could all be down to your metabolism. But now, there's a way of understanding how your nutrition and lifestyle fit into the bigger picture. Learn how your body shifts from burning carbs to burning fat for energy with Lumen. Go to lumen.me right now for 30% off. Lumen is the world's first handheld metabolic coach. It takes just a single breath first thing in the morning, and Lumen immediately analyzes your metabolism, telling you if you're burning fat or carbs, and gives you tailored guidance to improve nutrition, workouts, sleep, and stress management. There's no one-size-fits-all solution. Get something tailored to your body's needs with Lumen. Go to lumen.me today and get 30% off. Plus, listeners can get an additional 15% off by using promo code Radio50. That's promo code Radio50 at lumen.me to get an additional 15% off your first purchase today. LUMEN.ME, promo code Radio50.
You've heard a lot of remarkable things about the Pearl Restaurant, located at Fern and 70th. In addition to the incredible food and drinks, the Pearl is now open for dinner 7 days a week, plus lunch or brunch on the weekends. The bar opens at 3, the restaurant opens at 4 Monday through Thursday, and it opens at 11 a.m. all weekend long. Amazing Louisiana-style food with flavor profiles unlike anything you'll find in the state. A 47-foot bar serving signature cocktails, spirits, wine, and beer. An an unrivaled selection of both raw and cooked oysters. Plus, the Pearl is serving up amazing old-school favorites like burgers and certified Angus steaks, dry-aged and rubbed in their special Pearl dust. Both the burgers and steaks are Rogers Hampton approved, which is the most prestigious award that a food can receive. The Pearl Restaurant, 6871 Fern Avenue, right off East 70th. Whether you want an amazing lunch on the weekend or an elegant dinner any day of the week, the Pearl has you covered. Let them treat you right at the Pearl.
Michael and Justin Greene have great news about Bobby L. Greene, your home team.
We saw the need for a heating and cooling contractor that could do the same thing that we've offered plumbing services for many, many years, and we decided to jump into the AC and heating space.
We just saw the opportunity to provide another service to our customers, to be a one-stop shop, to take care of their needs and be there and provide the same quality service that we've always provided.
3 generations of local service. Bobby L. Greene, 318-631-0235.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate me. RejuveMeMedical.com.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Louisiana Army National Guard. Aired by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters and this station.
You go into your shower feeling, but as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day. And smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger.
A good time is in the air. It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 Why isn't I'm gonna do a quick little political bit. This is not a not Republican or Democrat or anything like that. Why isn't Election Day a holiday? Or better yet, why don't we vote on a Saturday? Like, I don't get that. Why are we voting on a day when most people work and they've got to try to figure out how to work in voting? Now, obviously, you can early vote, you can mail-in vote. Like, there's all kind of ways to vote, but that all requires some extra effort. Like, why don't we just make make it a national holiday? It only happens once every 4 years. Make November 5th a national holiday. Nobody works. Everybody can go vote. I don't understand. Or make it on a Saturday or a Sunday, whatever, days that most people aren't working. That's my one little political rant for the day. We should all have the opportunity to vote easily. We shouldn't have to try to work it around a work schedule or anything like that. It should be super simple. Either make it a national holiday or put it on the weekend. And look, I know some people work on the weekends, right? I get it. So, but way fewer people work on the weekends than work on weekdays. So, I think it should be as easy as possible to vote. And so that I'm all in favor of making it a national holiday. That to me is the best solution. All right, so Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Rogers and Patrick, that's us. Take a look at some texts on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line. We are getting some people picking upset specials, so please continue to send those in. whether you want to pick games for tonight or you want to pick games for tomorrow or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever, go ahead and send them in because college football is starting tonight, and Louisiana Tech is at home. Let's see. Dustin said the higher-ups at Louisiana Tech are some of the most out-of-touch people ever. I will never understand them firing Holtz. The guy was a Tech guy and wasn't constantly looking at bigger jobs. Tech has to learn that they are nowhere near LSU and never will be. They deserve what they are getting now. I mean, as far as deserving what they're getting, I can understand that. Like, look, I'm obviously a Northwestern State guy. I don't have any love loss for Tech, but I do agree that the firing of Skip Holtz was pretty dumb. Like, let's be honest, right? Like, I mean, and look, that's in hindsight. Hindsight's always 20/20, right? Maybe Sonny Cumbie came in and in another reality, Sonny Cumbie comes in and sets the world on fire, and Tech becomes a 10-win team, and they become Boise. Right, where they're going to be in the opportunity to be in the playoff every single year. Maybe that's what happens. But what ended up happening was Cumbie came in, and it's been a struggle, and the quarterback position has not been consistent. It has not been the same guy. It has been a lot of turnover. Holtz Holtz had an advantage in that he showed up and Jamar Smith was his quarterback pretty much, 4 years it felt like. It felt like 9 years, really. But Jamar Smith was there forever. And so, Skip Holtz, it felt like he was he had the program in a good place. They weren't necessarily, national scene type of team where, hey, this is a squad you're going to talk about as getting that New Year's 6 bowl slot that the group of 5 gets, or now, getting that playoff berth that one of the group of 5 teams would get. But they were always winning. They were going to bowl games. They were winning bowl games. He had at one point, I believe, the longest bowl winning streak, like 6 or 7 years in a row, something like that. So yeah, it was. It was a little bit surprising, and I don't know that. I don't think Tech thinks they're going to be near LSU. I really don't. I don't think that they believe that. I could be wrong. Maybe the Tech fans and the people in the administration believe they're going to be there, but the money, even with a guy like James Davison, who's got more money than God, even with a guy like James Davison pumping a lot of money into the program. You don't have it doesn't feel like you have a chance to be anywhere near what LSU does, because they just got, you've got more money than God. They've got way more money than God, and they're getting an insane payout from the SEC every year because of all their TV contracts and all of the NCAA tournament money from basketball. So there's no... you're not catching LSU. You're not going to be on LSU's level. You can be competitive, right? I mean, look at ULL, right? ULL's fielded a really competitive football team for a number of years. Look at Tulane. Tulane has fielded a really competitive football team for a number of years. They've been in the discussion of, hey, maybe they're that team can get an Access Bowl. That sort of stuff is there. The real question is, can you, as Louisiana Tech, get back to the level you were when Skip Holtz was there? And is there a realistic possibility that you could be a Boise, right? Be a team that is talked about year in and year out as, hey, this is a team that could make a group of 5 slot in the New Year's 6, maybe make the playoffs in the newly expanded 12-team playoff. Like that's what you're looking at, right? That's what you look at as Tech and go, can you get to that level? And I don't know, to be quite honest. I don't know. It's only getting harder when more teams are moving up, and teams like Sam Houston show up, and they've been really good. It's just you don't know. You know, Kennesaw State moved up and were good for a bit. James Madison moved up. They've been good. You know, there's a lot of teams. Jacksonville State with Rich Rod has been really good. So it's hard to fathom with the level of competition and the sort of level of parity that you could have a sustained run of success at Louisiana Tech that would put you in that sort of framework, in that sort of echelon, if you will. Medeo said, here's a question for you, Hambone. I know what the answer is not, okay? I can say this. I know what the answer is not to this question, but I don't know what it is. Medeo asks, what does Rogers put on his French fries? What I can tell you is it is not ketchup. Hambone, what do you put on your French fries?
Honestly, I'm not a big French fry eater because as I've gotten older, the old blood pressure can't handle the fried that much.
Right.
If I do, it's going to be barbecue sauce, A1, or mustard.
Mustard on French
Or
fries?
it might be great white gravy if I get a little chicken basket from like DQ.
DQ with the white gravy, yeah.
Yeah, I would do that, but yeah, never ketchup. It would be A1, gravy, and then mustard third.
I don't know how I feel about mustard on French fries. Then
It's not like I soak them like my corn dog.
Right,
It'd just be
right,
like
just
the
a
tip
little
of
dip.
it, and then
it's a little dip.
But I prefer the white gravy. Like if I get a DQ chicken basket, I like that.
Yeah.
And if you got some barbecue sauce, because also that's good on the chicken as well, barbecue sauce and gravy.
Sure.
But if all I got is mustard, I will go for that.
Speaking of mustard, Chuck says I'm with Rogers about the mustard on a hot corn dog. Cover it till it's yellow, and then dip it in the mustard after every bite.
Oh, I stand there by the big mustard squirt jar, and as soon as I take a bite, I do that. I squirt the top where it's yellow again. So he and I are blood brothers now. That's hilarious.
That's pretty funny. Not going to lie.
Because you've seen me do it. You've seen me stand there, take a bite, squirt it back, and it's still all yellow.
Yeah.
And I know what's going to happen to my mouth afterwards. It's funny. As soon as I just said that, a Dairy Queen chicken tender basket commercial just
there
came
you
on.
go. They're
with
listening.
French fries, the toast, and 2 white gravies. Oh, my God.
Yeah. No, look, as far as like fast food meals, those are good.
Yeah.
Not going to lie.
And it's just weird that that would be asked of me because I was thinking about on the way home stopping by the DQ by my house and just picking up a couple burgers for the dogs and a couple chicken baskets for me and Red. I really was. That's weird.
Look, you're lucky. You have one of the few remaining Dairy Queens
Oh,
out there.
absolutely.
Rogers, I went to Bossier the other day, out to Buster's office, and his office is out off of Texas, Highway 80.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Back in the day where y'all used to frequent at Tudor's and Leroy's and whatever places
all
y'all
that.
went.
Yes.
And I was like, you know what? I was riding. Mom was with me, and I was like, you know what? I have not had a Blizzard in so long because the Dairy Queen by my house is now a Captain D's. And by the way,
That's
Rogers,
so strange.
can we figure out who's keeping Captain D's in business? Like, I don't know any.
It's
Or
the
actually, it might be a Long John Silver. It might be Long John Silver, actually.
Oh, okay. I was going to say it's the same group of people keeping Long John Silver's open because the one on Jewella just got renovated and reopened, and I think that's the only one left because the one across from LSU Med Center burnt down, and I don't think they ever rebuilt it.
Yeah, I think it is actually Long John Silver there now, Rogers.
Okay, not Captain D. I could see it being Captain D's.
Let me see. No, it is Captain D's. It is Captain D's.
I thought so,
okay.
yeah. Because Long John's out by me.
Yeah, but so that was where the Dairy Queen was out here. So if I needed a Blizzard fix, I could go get one.
Yeah, that was a hard Dairy Queen to get around. It had that wrap around.
Yeah, it was weird.
It had the curve.
Yeah, it was always
the
weird.
curve where you kind of. It was very, very, very. Is it still that same?
I'm not sure because Rogers. I'll be honest with you. I've not pulled into the drive-thru of Captain D's at this point.
I bet you haven't. I bet you haven't.
Rogers, if I'm gonna do fish, I'm going out to Jan's River Restaurant and getting me some real fish.
Or you're going to the Pearl and seeing Mr. Robert.
Or I'm gonna go to the Pearl where obviously Jan's isn't fixing the same stuff that the Pearl is. I'm gonna go
two
get
different things.
I'm gonna go get that catfish at Chaffalaya at the Pearl. But if I'm hankering for some fried fish, I'm headed out to Jan's.
Jan's always a favorite, but it's
yeah.
just it's an evening thing, right?
Yeah, they're not a
They no longer do lunch and haven't for years.
Yeah,
correct?
as far as I know,
Okay.
they don't do lunch. So
I just remember back in the day, and back in the day is 40 years ago.
Right.
You know, I know they used to be open for lunch and dinner, and then I think they would close for a couple hours in the afternoon just to switch everything up and clean it. But yeah, that place has been there so long; it's definitely a town staple.
Yeah, and not only that, Rogers, but you know, I used to go out there like 4 o'clock, 4:30, 5.
Oh,
like
when they had the all you eat?
Yeah, they opened at 5, and they opened at 4, and I would show up at like 4:30, and we'd be eating the early bird special. Like we ain't afraid to do that. Like speaking of Rogers specials, you were mentioning the Pearl 3 to 5.
There you go.
3 to 5 is
leading
happy
you, my
hour.
brother. Drink that water, my friend.
Leading me by the nose, Rogers. Just leading me by the nose. Yeah, 3 to 5 is happy hour at the Pearl, where you have half-price oysters, half-price appetizers, half-price salads, and you've got drink specials, including half-price domestic beer, which is calling Rogers' name, certainly. Not to mention the incredible food you've got. You heard Hambone talk about the Fletcher's experience over there after golf, with people eating the burger with the fried egg on top, and folks going to town on everything. And that's what the Pearl does. You get there, you have a great meal, you love life. Or if you're like me, sometimes you just go eat by yourself and you roll out to the Pearl. You get there, you sit down at that 47-foot bar. They'll come serve you a full meal out there. And again, I keep telling people, look, take off a little early from work, even if it's 30 minutes, right? Leave at 4:30. Go to the Pearl, get there, order yourself a boudin dip with the chicken cracklins or the toast points. Order yourself a salad. They've got great salads. I love their Caesar. Their Caesar salad's delicious. Order yourself some oysters, whether you want them raw or char-grilled. Have a drink. All of that is discounted from 3 to 5. Like, what more do you want out of life? I'm saving you money, and I'm filling you up with delicious food. I don't know what else I can do for you. You want me come over there and cut your grass and clean your house and do your laundry? Like, I don't know how else I can baby you any more than I already am by telling you the amazing things that go on at the Pearl. 3 to 5 is happy hour, and then dinner service after that. Just incredible. I'm telling you, if you haven't been to the Pearl, you are 100% missing out. The entrees are amazing. I've had the shrimp and grits. I've had the catfish atchafalaya. I've had a burger. All of them are delicious. I've had the salads. I've had the boudin dip. I've had the Cajun fries. I've had the cornbread. All of it. Like, not a bit of it that I go, nah, that was okay. All of it was great. Like, every single bit of it was great. That catfish atchafalaya is one of the best entrees I've ever put in my mouth. Just delicious. Cannot encourage you more highly to get out to the Pearl and enjoy what they've got going on. Robert and his crew are doing such good work at the Pearl, taking care of you, making sure that you're happy. Look, if something comes out and it's cold or it's wrong or whatever, they're fixing it. Right? They have a very old school fine dining sort of vibe in there, but it's more of a new school restaurant, right? But if something comes out and it's not to your liking, or hey, this right here I didn't like or whatever, they're going to take care of it for you. That's what they do. That's how they operate. That's old school customer service, and that's what you get at the Pearl. Delicious food, fantastic customer service, excellent ambiance. The 47-foot bar, when you can just go and have a drink, and they got 4 or 5 TVs behind there, so you can go hang out and watch and have a great time. That's what you got at the Pearl on 70th and Fern Avenue is where you find the Pearl. 70th and Fern Avenue in Shreveport, right there by Whole Foods, right across from Sports Spectrum on Fern Avenue. Just a fabulous, fabulous place to eat. Incredible food, incredible ambiance. You cannot go wrong with the Pearl. Give them a holler. Go and see them. Eat up. Enjoy your life. Tell Robert and crew that we said hello. Tell them we sent you. Right? That's also a big deal. Let Robert know that his advertising dollars are working. Tell him you heard about it on the Patrick Netherton show. Or if you've won one of the Pearl gift cards, take it in there and use it, and tell them, hey, I won this on the Patrick Netherton show. And then tell me about your experience eating at the Pearl. Like, that's what I want to know. How was it? How'd you feel? Was it good? Did you enjoy yourself? All of that. I want to know all of that about the Pearl. That is why we love Robert and his crew. Also, don't forget, if you have a business and you want to get word about your business out, no better place than right here on the Patrick Netherton Show. You know, Bobby L. Greene Plumbing, the Pearl. Heck, we had Matt Hollis send us a note saying that he got a new customer because he was advertising on the show. Said they came in, said, hey, we heard about you on the Patrick Netherton Show, wanted to try you out, and look at there. Now someone's got a dentist. We send people to the Pearl all the time for a great meal. We send people to Bobby L. Greene Plumbing to get things fixed in their home. So if you've got a business that you want to get the word out about, get on it. Get with us. Let's hear from you. Text me on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line at 657-0426, and let's get word out about your business. We can do that right here on the Patrick Netherton Show. All right, we're on 11:30 a.m., 103.3 FM, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. All of those available to you. Feel free to holler at us in any of those locations. We'll take a break, come back.
And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful house. And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful wife. Letting the days go by. Let the water hold me out. Letting the days go by. Water flowing underground into the blue again. After the party's gone, once in a lifetime. Water flowing underground.
The following is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways with the purpose of soliciting sales of vacation ownership. For complete details, please visit fvgradio.com. If you want a 100% complimentary stay in Cancun at a luxury resort, then Family Vacation Getaways is your ticket to paradise. We're giving away 5 days and 4 night stays to the first 50 callers who can name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. An animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. Do you know it? Call now, 800-951-6541. 800-951-6541. You may also be eligible for an exciting bonus vacation in Orlando, Florida for just $398. And don't worry about anything ruining your plans. We can extend your stay up to 18 months. Name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird, and you get a complimentary Cancun resort stay and an optional bonus vacation in Orlando for just $398. What are you waiting for? Call 800-951-6541. Again, 800-951-6541 and give us your answer. The proceeding is not a contest or sweepstakes and is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways and not sponsored by or affiliated with this station or program.
Are you ready to take your brand to new heights? At Town Square Media, your success is our ultimate goal. At Town Square Media, we understand that reaching your audience across various platforms is essential in today's fast-paced landscape. One size fits none in the realm of marketing. See firsthand how Town Square Media crafts tailored solutions that align with your unique goals. Whether it's increasing brand awareness, driving sales, or fostering community engagement, our ability to customize strategies that deliver exactly what you need when you need it. Town Square Media isn't just a partner. We're your brand's most passionate advocate. See how Town Square Media can transform your vision into a reality that resonates, engages, and inspires. Call and schedule your free business analysis today. 318-688-1130. 318-688-1130. Your brand story starts here with Town Square Media, where innovation meets impact and your success is our priority.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm gonna have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The time for holiday hosting is upon us, so make your second bathroom second to none with HomeDepot.com's best savings of the season. Right now, enjoy up to 40% off select online bath. Find the latest on-trend styles of vanities, faucets, showers, tubs, toilets, and more, all at prices that will let your budget relax right along with you and your beautifully renovated bath. Get up to 40% off select online bath plus free delivery at the Home Depot. Subject to availability, see HomeDepot.com/delivery for details.
Michael and Justin Greene have great news about Bobby L. Greene, your home team.
We saw the need for a heating and cooling contractor that could do the same thing that we've offered plumbing services for many, many years, and we decided to jump into the AC and heating space.
We just saw the opportunity to provide another service to our customers, to be a one-stop shop, to take care of their needs and be there and provide the same quality service that we've always provided.
3 generations of local service. Bobby L. Greene, 318-631-0235.
You've heard a lot of remarkable things about the Pearl Restaurant, located at Fern and 70th. In addition to the incredible food and drinks, the Pearl is now open for dinner 7 days a week, plus lunch or brunch on the weekends. The bar opens at 3, the restaurant opens at 4 Monday through Thursday, and it opens at 11 a.m. all weekend long. Amazing Louisiana-style food with flavor profiles unlike anything you'll find in the state. A 47-foot bar serving signature cocktails, spirits, wine, and beer. An unrivaled selection of both raw and cooked oysters. Plus, the Pearl is serving up amazing old-school favorites like burgers and certified Angus steaks, dry-aged and rubbed in their special Pearl dust. Both the burgers and steaks are Rogers Hampton approved, which is the most prestigious award that a food can receive. The Pearl Restaurant, 6871 Fern Avenue, right off East 70th. Whether you want an amazing lunch on the weekend or an elegant dinner any day of the week, the Pearl has you covered. Let them treat you right at the Pearl.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate me. RejuveMeMedical.com.
KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 1033 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Bossier City's home for LSU sports, a Town Square Media station.
Welcome back to the Patrick Netherton Show.
Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. That is us. Hambone and Patrick. That's that guy and me. Hambone, of course, is the man, the myth, the legend. I am merely Patrick Netherton. How we feeling today? How we doing? How's your mom and them? Everybody good? We get set for hour number 2. I told you I was going to go over Patrick's picks and Moody's moneymakers with you. Don't forget, tonight I am sitting on UTEP and Louisiana Tech over 50.5. Feels like UTEP has kind of gotten their offense figured out with Scotty Walden, who's a terrific offensive coach. Kind of feels like they've gotten their offense figured out a bit. I think Louisiana Tech is much better at home in terms of offensive production. So, yeah, give me Tech and UTEP over 50.5. They covered 49 last week, went to overtime to do it, Tech and New Mexico State. And so I got a win there. Well, I ended up having a terrific week. As a matter of fact, how about this, Hambone? I am now ahead of Moody on the in the yearly race. I went 5-2 last week. Moody went 3-4. With that, I am now 30, 25, and 1. I'm 5 games over 500. While Moody is 29, 24, and 3. He's also 5 games over 500, but he's got one fewer win, 1 fewer loss, and obviously 2 more ties. I don't know what the actual winning percentage of all that is. I believe ties count as like a half. So technically Moody would be ahead of me. Well, actually, I think it technically would be tied because I would be 30.5 and 25.5, and Moody would be 30.5 and 25.5. So I think technically we're actually tied right now in terms of winning percentage because I am 30, 25, and 1. Moody is 29, 24. And 3. Moody went 3-4. He told you Chiefs and Niners under 47. They just stayed underneath that. He told you Ravens and Buccaneers over 49. That ended up being like 80 points, something like that. It was crazy. And then he told you Broncos -3 at the Saints. We agreed on that. And obviously Broncos won handily in New Orleans. Moody missed on Packers -2.5 against the Texans. They won by, correct me if I'm wrong, Rogers, 2, right? The Packers won by 2, I believe.
Field goal as time expired.
Yeah, so Moody, the hook cost Moody on that one. He was on the right side, just didn't quite have enough points. And that also tells you how hard it is to bet on the NFL. Like, just crazy. 2.5, and you know, you picked the correct side. He had the Packers winning, and they did, but they didn't win by 3. So he lost. He had Panthers and Commanders over 51. Commanders did their part. They scored like 40, but Panthers only scored 7. So they ended up under 51. He had Rams over 24.5 against the Raiders. I think they scored 20. And then he also took Arkansas +2.5 against LSU, and obviously LSU dominated that one. So he went 3-4. And again, improved his record to 29, 24, and 3. For yours truly, I told you Louisiana Tech, New Mexico State over 49. I told you Kansas would bounce back after the week off. Lance Leipold got his guys in gear. They won like 42-24, something like that. I had Kansas -5.5 against Houston. That was a win. I told you North Texas would cover 11.5. I did not expect it to be a shootout like it was. But North Texas did indeed cover 11.5 and almost won the game outright. The Mean Green, though that was a win for me. Memphis did end up winning. I told you LSU -2.5 at Arkansas. I thought it would be a workmanlike business-like performance. It was. And I told you Broncos -3 at the Saints. I had Notre Dame, Georgia Tech over 51. They were nowhere near it until the very end of the game. Notre Dame scored, Georgia Tech scored late, and if they had recovered the onside kick and scored again, we would have hit 51. I thought that was going to be a much higher scoring game, and it definitely was not. And then also, I thought USC, for whatever reason, I believed in a guy who doesn't know how to cook a brisket. I said I thought Lincoln Riley this would be his chance to kind of prove, hey, let's not forget, like, we are, we're good, we're fine, like, everything's okay, Big Ten, all that. I also, for some reason, didn't realize that game was being played in Maryland. I thought Maryland was going to USC. I don't know why. It's very obvious when I look back at it that USC, and I even mentioned when I was doing the picks, I was like, yeah, Maryland's going to come out to the West Coast and time difference and all that stuff, and I completely blew it. I thought USC was at home, and they absolutely were not. So I missed that one completely. It wasn't even close. So yeah, Notre Dame, Georgia Tech over 51 was a loss. USC -7.5 against Maryland was a loss, but I won 5 otherwise. So I am now 30, 25, and 1. Moody 29, 24, and 3. And as far as I can tell, we are tied at this point. Going into this week. And again, I have UTEP at Louisiana Tech over 50.5. Would not be surprised in the slightest if both of these teams score in the 30s. If this game ends up being, 31-28, 35-28, 35-31, wouldn't surprise me even a little. So I think both offenses are very capable. Tech's offense is much better at home. UTEP seems like they're finally finding their stride offensively with Scotty Walden, who is like I said, a very good offensive coach. You may remember the kind of stuff he was doing at East Texas Baptist. Was a fantastic offensive coordinator, and he ended up went 7-3 in his 1 year at East Texas Baptist. And then moved away to head over to Southern Miss and named interim head coach at Southern Miss, then went to Austin Peay. Austin Peay had some success while he was there, especially in those last 2 years. and then ended up leaving after 4 years at Austin Peay. After a 9-3 last season, he ends up going on to UTEP, and they just picked up their first win. So yeah, I like the offense at UTEP. I like what Scotty Walden's doing. I would not be surprised if he ends up as if they end up putting a bunch of points on the board tonight against Louisiana Tech. And I also think Tech has an opportunity to put up a lot of points against UTEP, because UTEP has not been particularly good defensively. So that's why I'm going with what I'm going with. Let's go back to the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line, 318-6570-HAM, 318-657-0426. Double J said a hamburger with a fried egg on top is similar to a Loco Moco, which is a hamburger steak on a bed of rice covered in brown gravy and a fried egg. Pretty good stuff. Well, you had Rogers until rice. Hambone's not a rice guy. So, yeah, you lost him at rice. Everything else, you're not going to be. Look, for me anyway, hamburger, steak, gravy, fried egg, rice. Like, count me in. I'm in for all of that. That sounds great to me. But yeah, again, it's with old Hambone, you gotta deal with some other things. Hambone is, as he said, is by his own admission, very finicky eater. Very finicky eater. Let's see, what do we got going on? Got more injuries in the NFL. We've got NBA is getting ready to tip off. Is that tonight, Rogers? Is the NBA tip off tonight?
Yes.
Holy cow! It's already back. Didn't it just?
WNBA ends, the NBA begins.
Didn't the NBA just stop like a week or two ago? Like, come on, man.
It was June. Just like the NHL just started. It was June.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I guess I saw the Pelicans sign one of their guys to a long extension or a nice extension, and I guess they're feeling good about that. Yeah, look, I'd really love to get into the NBA. Like, I'd love to have a rooting interest in the NBA. I mean, I guess I kind of pay attention to the Pelicans. Obviously, Rogers, I'm a Luka Doncic fan. I like what Doncic does. I enjoy his game, but I just can't get into it super hard. Like, I don't know why. I just can't do it. Also, Rogers, I saw a rumor floating around that there was going to be and it is official that the WNBA players have opted out of their collective bargaining agreement. So they are apparently going to go ahead and see if they can force some better benefits. And obviously Caitlin Clark is right at the heart of this thing. The WNBA players opted out of their current collective bargaining agreement. They face the prospect of a work stoppage if there's not a new deal in place by the end of the 2025 season. The WNBPA, which is the Players Association, announced Monday that players are seeking, quote, a business model that reflects their true value, encompassing higher salaries, enhanced professional working conditions, expanded health benefits, and crucial investments needed for long-term growth. They do have a year to come to an agreement. Citing higher television ratings, attendance figures, and franchise values, the union said the time is right for renegotiating with the league and its owners. The league recently entered into an 11-year media rights deal with Disney, Amazon Prime, and ESPN for $200 million a year. The president is Nika Agwumike of the Seattle Storm. She said, quote, this is a defining moment not just for the WNBA, but for all of us who believe in progress. The world has evolved since 2020, and we cannot afford to stand still. If we stay in the current agreement, we fall behind. Opting out isn't just about bigger paychecks. It's about claiming our rightful share of the businesses we've built, improving working conditions, securing a future where the success we create benefits today's players and the generations to come. We're not just asking for a CBA that reflects our value. We're demanding it because we've earned it. This past season was the first time that the WNBA had charter, that used charter planes. You've got expansion next year. Golden State is joining the league, so you have 13 teams. And then in 2 years, Toronto and Portland will launch WNBA franchises as well. WNBA, the Players Association Executive Director Terry Carmichael Jackson said the players made the decision to opt out of the last CBA to realign the business and save the league from its own limitations. Today, that was the last one, today with a stronger foundation and new investments flowing in, they're opting out again, this time to fully professionalize the league, secure proper wages, improve working conditions, and lock in meaningful benefits. So apparently this is a pretty amicable deal. The commissioner, WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, who, by the way, came under a massive amount of fire for wearing basically the New York skyline on her dress to the Game 5 of the Liberty versus the Lynx. Basically, everyone's saying that the WNBA wanted the Liberty to win. The Lynx coach, Cheryl Reeve, who's the one that said I couldn't give a bleep about Caitlin Clark and all that back during the Olympic stuff. She was the Olympic coach. Cheryl Reeve basically said that the game was rigged. All the refs were terrible. Like all the fouls were called against them. All of that stuff. So Kathy Engelbert said, with the historic 2024 season now in the books, we look forward to working together with the players and the Players Association on a new CBA. It's fair for all, lays foundation for growth, success for years to come. The interesting thing, and this is what I love the most about these type of articles, is you quote Nika Agwumike, who's the president of the Players Association, as you should. You quote the executive director of the Players Association, Terry Carmichael Jackson. You quote the WNBA commissioner, Kathy Engelbert. You quote the vice president of the Players Association, Kelsey Plum. You quote another vice president of the Players Association, Breanna Stewart. Interestingly enough, there is one name that is not mentioned in the entirety of this story, and that is Caitlin Clark. Right? That's the part that cracks me up. Like, you can sort of dance around it all you want, and yes, Asia Wilson and Breanna Stewart and all of these fantastic players are part of the reason why the league is growing and it's getting better, and that's part of the reason why there is the league is starting to come into its own. But let's not also credit the phenom that showed up in your league and brought it the unprecedented levels of attention that it did. That's what's pretty hilarious to me. Kelsey Plum, the first vice president of the Players Association, said this isn't some wake-up call. They want to see improved salaries, retirement benefits, child care, and family planning benefits. Plum said this isn't some wake-up call. It's the culmination of what we've been driving for over the last several seasons. We've played a key role in the league's historic growth. Now we're breaking free from the current system to demand full transparency and an equitable stake in the business we've helped build. I look, they deserve it, right? I think the league is only going to grow. I think it's only going to get better. I think there's more businesses are going to, look, when you're now starting to fill the buildings, right? When the Liberty started, they couldn't fill up a 3,000 seat arena. Now they're in the finals and they're playing in front of 20,000 people, at the home of the Brooklyn Nets. So this idea that the league is starting to catapult and starting to move forward, it absolutely is. It is largely Caitlin Clark's. It's largely at her feet, right? That I'd say the blame or the success, the kudos should fall because Caitlin Clark has elevated the league, much in the same way that a young Michael Jordan got to the league and elevated the league, much in the same way that Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, who Caitlin Clark is kind of a, if you think about it, Caitlin Clark is basically Magic Johnson and Larry Bird rolled into one. Like, that's the kind of player she is. She dishes with the best of them. She can shoot like Bird. She can pass like Magic. Like, that's, you know, she's a perfect combination of both of those players, and she has had that kind of impact on the league. So it makes sense that you would strike now. It's part of the reason why I was a little surprised that they left her off the Olympic team. Even if you don't want to have her on the Olympic team as a player, right? As a, you know, you don't think she's quote unquote good enough. You know, make that kind of almost a marketing decision, right? Whoever the 13th player is on the team, they're not going to be missed. In this case, it was Diana Taurasi. She didn't play a whole lot. Right, it was kind of her farewell tour, if you will, and she didn't do much of anything during the Olympics, but she got a gold medal, and that's cool, right? I don't have a problem. Diana Taurasi is one of the pillars of the league. I don't have a problem with that. But you had the opportunity to really blow everything out of the water and take full advantage of what Caitlin Clark was bringing to the league. And I've said it a million times, and this will be 1,000,001. The WNBA was not ready to take advantage of what Caitlin Clark was bringing. The audience that she was bringing, the interest that she was bringing, they were 100% not ready for that. And they did not, in so many ways, take advantage of it. It feels like maybe the Players Association is, as they should, renegotiate the deal. Look, this is the bottom line where you're at right now. It's only going to go up from here. So it makes perfect sense that the players would go ahead and say, hey, let's get this deal done. Let's renegotiate this. And I hope they get pretty much everything they want. Higher salaries, better travel, which obviously charter planes are already a part of that. You know, better benefits, more child care, family plan, all of that stuff, right? Let's get it all. At this point, because the league is only going to increase in popularity. It's only going to get better. It's only going to get more, there are only going to be more eyeballs and more people showing up because, like I said, when Caitlin Clark hit the league, you might go to a game in Dallas because you are a fan of Dallas, or maybe you're just a fan of Caitlin Clark, and you show up to a game in Dallas, and suddenly you realize, hey, there's some players on this team that I really like here in Dallas. Like, I'm going to go to more games. And Caitlin Clark was your gateway into becoming a WNBA fan. And that's okay. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that that's the case for. And I love the fact that that's happening. And I hope the WNBA continues to grow. I hope it continues to get better. I hope the players get a bunch of what they want. I think it's only right at this point. All right, let's take a break. Rogers, get Rogers done rolling his eyes in there at me talking more WNBA on the show. Hopefully, I'll have to bring Rogers some extra mustard next time I come to the station. All right, it's the Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. You can also reach us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. Feel free to do any of those. And we'd love to hear from you, right? Love to give us a shout on any of those platforms or the text line, the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line, 657-0426, or the Pearl Shreveport with 725-5945, the Pearl Shreveport hotline. That's how you can call us as well. We'll take a break. It's the Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. We'll be back.
The 6-1 Bird Yellow Jackets travel up to Benton, Louisiana, and Tiger Stadium to take on the Benton Tigers this Friday night. And you can hear all the action right here on 103.3 and 1130 The Tiger.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cash back app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code KIND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code KIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code KIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Halloween's coming alive at Target. Jackie and Gordy, the Jack-O-Lanterns, here with a front porch view of Target's Halloween deals, like Best House on the Block trick-or-treat candy starting at $5.99.
Sweet. Don't forget, can't wait to wear it costumes from $15.
Can't wait to see it. Oh, and decorating and pumpkin carving kits for $5.
That's how I got my big toothy grin.
This week only, trick-or-treat candy starts at $5.99, costumes from $15, and decorating and pumpkin carving kits for $5. Make your Halloween come alive at Target. Restrictions apply.
You've heard a lot of remarkable things about the Pearl Restaurant, located at Fern and 70th. In addition to the incredible food and drinks, the Pearl is now open for dinner 7 days a week, plus lunch or brunch on the weekends. The bar opens at 3, the restaurant opens at 4 Monday through Thursday, and it opens at 11 a.m. all weekend long. Amazing Louisiana-style food with flavor profiles unlike anything you'll find in the state. A 47-foot bar serving signature cocktails, spirits, wine, and beer. An unrivaled selection of both raw and cooked oysters. Plus, the Pearl is serving up amazing old-school favorites like burgers and certified Angus steaks, dry-aged and rubbed in their special pearl dust. Both the burgers and steaks are Rogers Hampton approved, which is the most prestigious award that a food can receive. The Pearl Restaurant, 6871 Fern Avenue, right off East 70th. Whether you want an amazing lunch on the weekend or an elegant dinner any day of the week, the Pearl has you covered. Let them treat you right at the Pearl.
Michael and Justin Greene have great news about Bobby L. Greene, your home team.
We saw the need for a heating and cooling contractor that could do the same thing that we've offered plumbing services for many, many years, and we decided to jump into the AC and heating space.
We just saw the opportunity to provide another service to our customers, to be a one-stop shop, to take care of their needs and be there and provide the same quality service that we've always provided.
3 generations of local service. Bobby L. Greene, 318-631-0235.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate me. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Shreveport Bossier's own Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl is set for December 28th, and iBowl Weekly is your road to the bowl. Tune in each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. right here on 1130 The Tiger. Radiance Technologies iBowl tickets are on sale now, so get them while they're hot, and be right here each week for Inside the iBowl, Wednesday 6 to 7 on 1130 The Tiger. Shreveport Bossier's own Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl is set for December 28th.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, Shreveport's home for LSU sports.
Welcome back to the Patrick Netherton Show.
Let it all out. These are the things I could do without. Come on, I'm talking to you. Come on. In violent times, you shouldn't have to sell your soul. In black and white.
shouting it, letting it all out. Or I guess shouting it, letting it all outing it. I don't know. Don't forget to send in your picks for the Pearl Upset Special over on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line. You do that by sending us a text at 318-657-0-HAM, 318-657-0426. The biggest underdog that you believe will win outright. This past week, it was New Mexico State upsetting Louisiana Tech. And ultimately, that ended up being a win for Quilt Lady, who, by the way, is part of the Double J clan. Quilt Lady getting it done. She'd been a finalist for a couple of different times this time. Let's see. Country Boy said, I don't like rice either, like you referenced about ham bone. I don't know why. Wait, what the heck happened here? All right, Country Boy texted me and texted the show, the show page, and said, me and Rogers are twin brothers of different mothers. I can do without the rice. Don't like looking at larvae in my food. Right? And then for some reason, my text line wrote him back, what's up?
You're having some issues with your phone,
Rogers,
man.
I absolutely did not text Country Boy what's up at any point in time. But I'm looking down here, and I'm looking down here, and it's got what's up, and then he wrote back, I don't like rice either, like you referenced about ham bone. Like, yeah, I know. Like, why did my text line write what's up? I have no idea what that was.
Very, very strange.
Like, I legitimately did not text Country Boy what's up at 2:10 p.m. And then he wrote me back because, I mean, obviously he thought I was legitimately texting him, and he's like, I don't like rice either, like you referenced about ham bone. What's your thing with rice, Rogers? What's is it
little
texture,
small texture, like
things?
he said? It's like it's little larvae. It's like little maggots.
Yeah.
It's just too much texture. It's a lot of chewing for a lot of little bitty things, and I don't like wasting my time with little bitty things.
Oh, well, that's why you like me so much, Rogers, because I'm not a little bitty thing, and so I'm not a waste of your time. Yay for me.
Yay for you.
Yay for me.
For you.
That's so weird. Why did my text line text him back? I don't know why. That's weird.
You're having some strange stuff, man.
Like, I'm literally, like, I'm sitting here looking at the text thread, and it's like, at 2:10, I wrote, what's up? Like, what? I did not write that at all, Country Boy. I don't know why that's there. Sorry about that. Madeo said, Shreveport ought to get a WNBA team. Call them the Steamerettes. Yeah, probably not. When your teams are going to, Dallas and Indianapolis and Atlanta, places like that, I don't think Shreveport will be in the mix for a WNBA team. Although I will say, Rogers, I do miss the old what were the Crawdads? Do you remember what league the Crawdads were in, Rogers, by any chance? Back in the day?
No, not at all.
That was back in the 90s. Was it I can't remember. It was one of the lower leagues. Crawdads were we used to go to the Crawdads games all the time. Like, loved the heck out of it. It was fun. Double J said, wait, did you say family planning benefits? Like any other working professionals, shouldn't they factor that into their personal budget? Why is a union getting involved? They make enough to afford childcare, which is a privilege to most working folks. Sure, but I mean, if you've got the opportunity to take advantage of it, why wouldn't you, right? Like, why wouldn't you, if you can get childcare built in, why wouldn't you take advantage of that opportunity? If you have a chance to work in family planning benefits, do it. Like, I don't know what their current, what's the current maternity leave right? Like if a player gets pregnant, what's the current process for maternity leave? How much time do they get off? What are they getting paid? All of that stuff, right? Like I think all of that is factored into to part of it. And if they get the opportunity to get benefits from their company, why wouldn't they? A lot of professionals show up and it's, hey, you get these benefits, you get these, a lot of professionals will be lured to other places because you know what, we're going to pay you a good salary. We're also going to give you these extra benefits, and that's going to be the difference why you choose to come work for us as opposed to go work for the other place. I think there's a lot of that going on. So yeah, if they've got the opportunity to get those benefits from the league, why wouldn't they? Get as much as you can, because your salaries aren't that good. Like salary, I mean, sure, they make enough to afford childcare, but if you can get it out of the WNBA, do it. And they're in a unique position because they're in a women's league, which is completely different than what childcare would be for a male league. So yeah, I'm all for it. Get whatever you can. Make it happen. All right, let's go to the Pearl Shreveport hotline at 318-RALLY-45, 318-725-5945. EH is joining us there. What's up, brother?
What's going on, dude?
We're hanging in, man. We're hanging in.
Sorry I don't have anything to contribute to the WNBA conversation, but I will say what you just mentioned. The AI is taking over your phone. It's providing you show content that you didn't even know. You see what I'm saying? Because you got a good little run there with with Rogers and the texter.
Yeah, like I don't know why it decided to answer Country Boy and ask him what's up, but it did. So there you go. I don't know why.
And that's not your normal vernacular, is it? Like, what's up? I don't strike you as being
also
kind of a what's up kind of guy.
I wouldn't say what's up to him saying me and Rogers are twin brothers of different mothers. I can do without the rice. I don't like looking at larvae in my food. Like, I understood that sentence or those couple of sentences like that. Why would I then respond to that with what's up?
Because it's Rogers related and AI is confused in its infancy stages and it's thinking about that Bud commercial. Like, what's up?
As far as I know, AI is not in my phone, or it shouldn't be in my phone. It shouldn't be answering for me for anything.
It is. Talk a little LSU football if we can for a second. So it's been, obviously the defense is just light years from what it was last year, and it took a while for the players to kind of shred that mentality they had with the confusion of the last Matt House's defensive calls and all that, and they're really playing up to their potential, and it looks good. But, it's and, of course, you're hearing all the prognosticators for the A&M game. When the offense plays to its full potential outside of maybe I don't think they have really played to full potential 4 quarters. You could maybe say Arkansas, but, there's false starts and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of penalties.
We left a lot of points on the field.
Yeah.
A lot of field goal. And then putting that tight end, Timken or whatever his name is, that's going to be big for matchup discrepancies. I mean, he's 6'7". I mean, that's going to be really good to get him in there. Do you think that the offense, can figure it out and really, I mean, they figured it out, but I'm talking about a real complementary when they're, when they can be top heavy because they haven't really shown 4 quarters they can just dominate,
Yeah, I mean, you've seen at times where the offensive line is as heralded as they are, has been pushed around some. They've really struggled to run the ball until they started giving it to Caden Durham a good bit. Durham seems to be that back that for whatever reason just has it figured out. And Durham has actually loosened it up a little bit for everyone else. Everyone else is starting to run the ball a little bit better because he is. Nussmeier is kind of your given. I don't know that at this point the receiving core is as good as you want them to be. Daniels, I know he's fought injury for a bit, so he's still a little rusty. Lacey's been your stalwart. He's been solid all year long. Aaron Anderson, the transfer, Mason Taylor, the big tight end. So I think that there's still a bit of a ways to go until you look at that offense and say it is clicking on all cylinders. I think they looked a lot better. Nussmeier didn't take a sack. They only had 5 total negative yards against Arkansas in the run game, and obviously because there was no sacks of Nussmeier, that contributes to that, right? So you're eliminating the negative plays. You are, you're starting to run the ball a little bit better. You had 3 rushing touchdowns. You ran it when you needed to run it and were largely successful in doing that. Not every time, but largely successful in, hey, this is a goal line situation. We're going to line up and run it, and you did. There were other times when you were trying to convert some of your third downs and you struggled with that. Ramos has been very good. You didn't have to punt. You punted 1 time against Arkansas. I look at it and go, this is starting to become the offense you thought it would be. And of course, remember, and you may have to help me, EH, my brain just stopped, the tailback that got hurt early on, the 9th-year senior. That's a guy.
Emery.
Yeah, John Emery. That's a guy that you looked at and said, okay, this is your stalwart. This is your back. You lose him early, and it's taken a while for them to figure out some version of Durham, Jackson, Williams, who is going to be the guy. And they figured out that it's Durham, and the freshman has been magnificent since then. So it feels like everything is coming together. Plus, you're seeing the defense after that bye week starting to pick up on Blake Baker's system, starting to understand what he's looking for, how they're attacking opposing offenses. Whit Weeks has been, arguably the best linebacker in the SEC so far. You add all that up, you factor all that in, and it looks like LSU is becoming the team that you thought they would be. The good news for them is they're becoming that team while winning 6 in a row. You don't want them to become that team while you lose a game in the middle somewhere. If you're going to lose early against USC, then you have plenty of time to recover from that, and that's what they're doing. So, again, I look at Brian Kelly, and I think Brian Kelly, to me, he runs a professional organization. It is one where your highs are never going to be too high, your lows are never going to be too low. He's going to keep them reasonably even-keeled. He's had a lot of success in 11 a.m. games, right, which is wild. Like the amount of success he's had last year, especially the couple of times they played at 11 and they came out and just I think Vanderbilt maybe was one of them. They just ran roughshod over them. So there might have been Mizzou maybe was one of the 11 a.m. games. But anyway, they have been such a professional, competent, even-keeled organization since Brian Kelly's been there, and you're seeing the steady growth. Now the question becomes, in a year where there doesn't feel like there's that dominant team at the top, there's not a Nick Saban Alabama, there's not a traditional Kirby Smart Georgia, there's not that sort of, Texas has already been knocked off. No one at the top looks unbeatable at this point. So the question is, can LSU, with the improvements that they're making, can they go from good team, very solid team, 9-10 win team to into the playoffs, making noise in the playoffs and potentially winning a national championship? And that is the thing that Brian Kelly has not done at this level. That is the ultimate goal. Now the question is, can they achieve it? Because they are certainly on that upward trajectory, which would seem to indicate that they are going to make their way into the playoff, that they're going to have a chance to have a home game in the playoff potentially, and they're going to have an opportunity to maybe make some noise while they're there. So, the rest of the schedule at A&M, certainly A&M's not unbeatable. Bama at home, they've shown they're not unbeatable. At Florida, Florida's been down, although they're a little bit better. And then Vanderbilt, who has been a lot better, but still you get that at home. And you get Oklahoma at home. You tell me that LSU runs the table the rest of the way and goes 11-1, I'll 100% believe you.
Yeah, Kelly's transparency is very obvious when he's does his press conferences, and it's all about ball, and he's talking about specific plays and strategies, and he's not hiding anything. It's really interesting. And then I watched the A&M presser, and he's just laughing, and he's talking about his daughters are going to Taylor Swift and this and that. And he's tongue in cheek, but I mean, he's just different personality. But especially going against this A&M team where they have a problem they put up some against Mississippi State, but I mean, I just said Mississippi State. If the offense can put up 20 plus, I mean, with the defense to play it in the way it's playing now, and you're right, it's definitely coaching. What Bo Davis has done with the defensive line when that was supposed to be the total Achilles heel, especially when your best guy gets hurt, Guillory, week one, and they have done a remarkable job coaching. This money well spent when he got a second chance to revamp it, and a lot of money spent. But you're right, they're getting hot at the right time, and and I'll let you go on this, I like how they played last week's game against Arkansas. I like how on offense, that is, they spread it out. They didn't try to run the ball like, we're just going to try to force feed this. And, and it was almost just mesmerizing them, throwing the flats, quick pass. And it kind of, after a while, it just wore Arkansas out, which eventually, softened the D up, and they won it. So good stuff, man.
Hate when the D gets softened up. That's bad times. Thank you, brother. It's been a very steady upward trajectory for LSU football, and that's what you want. Right? You lose game one. There's no shame in that. It was a good opponent. It was on a neutral site. Even though USC has not been good since then, they were very good in game one. There's no shame in that, losing to a quality opponent. If that's Grambling, then yes, there's a lot of shame in that. And then, you struggled with Nichols a little bit, and then you ultimately got the win. You played a very close one. You had to come back from behind to beat South Carolina. And you started to see this team come together. You held UCLA to 17, and you felt a little bit better. And then you held South Alabama, whose offense had been really good. You held them to 10, and you get a blowout. And then your first true test of everything, Ole Miss, you find a way to get to overtime and outlast them in overtime. And then you put together an incredibly competent, professional sort of dismantling of Arkansas. You after the bye week, a couple of weeks before that, the defense looks way better. You hold Ole Miss to 26, and they had been scoring 50 and 60. You hold a Bobby Petrino offense to 10. They'd been scoring the ball really well. So this is a team that looks like they legitimately could. I'll put it to you this way: if LSU goes 4-1 down the stretch, I think that's fine. They finished 10-2. If you tell me they go 5-0, it's at A&M, Alabama at home, at Florida, Vanderbilt at home, Oklahoma at home. That is, you lose to either A&M on the road or Bama at home, and then you win the other 4, right? You're 10-2, and you're in the playoffs because you've played. Now, if your other loss is Florida or Vanderbilt or even Oklahoma, then you got problems. But if your loss is to A&M, top 15, Alabama, who will be, top 25, Alabama, like if your loss is to one of those two, then I think you're fine. I think this team could very easily go 4-1 down the stretch. I think they could go 5-0. They are in a really good spot right now. Brian Kelly has them in a very, very good place. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and wrap this show up. Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Hit us up. Love to hear from you. You've got one more chance to holler at us. Our show brought to you by the fine folks at Bobby L. Greene Plumbing and the Pearl Restaurant in Shreveport. We'll be back.
Feeling inside me says it's time I was gone. Clear head, life ahead. It's time I was keen, now not just for my fun. Fly by night away from here. Change my life again. Fly by night, goodbye, my dear. My ship isn't coming and I just
RFA cancellation. Attention timeshare owners. If you need to get rid of your timeshare for any reason, please listen to the following message. Getting out of a timeshare commitment is not easy, and it takes time. But we specialize in helping consumers legally get rid of their expensive timeshares forever. Can't get the vacation dates that work for you? Maybe you felt taken advantage of or forced into the timeshare? Maybe you just can't continue to shoulder those monthly payments any longer. If you need to eliminate your timeshare commitment, then you need to take down this number, 800-290-1569. We will safely and legally get rid of your timeshare payments forever, all with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Don't continue to let your timeshare be a financial burden to you and your loved ones. Call us now at 800-290-1569. The call is free. The consultation is free. Call 800-290-1569. That's 800-290-1569. Again, 800-290-1569.
Hey LSU Tiger fans! Got junk piling up? Trash Bandits, your local junk removal experts in Shreveport, are here to help. Whether you want to be hands-on or hands-off, we've got you covered. From dumpster rentals to hoarding cleanups, we haul it all. Proudly rooting for the LSU Tigers, we're family-owned and operated, providing reliable and trusted service. Go to www.trashbanditsla.com and reclaim your space. Your local junk removal team cheering on the LSU Tigers all season long. Go Tigers!
Get your holidays started with the perfect tree in your perfect style from the Home Depot. Whether you want something that you can assemble in a few clicks, steal the show with over 2,000 color-changing bulbs, or a tree with lights that can be controlled by remote or foot pedal. The Home Depot has it all in our huge assortment of premium trees. Plus, get free delivery on over 2 million items this holiday from the Home Depot. Subject to availability, see homedepot.com/delivery for details.
It's common knowledge that after age 30, our metabolism changes. We have less energy and gain weight easier. There's a way to feel better, not in years or months, but sometimes in just days.
I'm Chuck Norris. I tried everything. Working with a team of health experts, we came up with Morning Kick. Morning Kick is a revolutionary new formula that combines all my favorite supplements into one daily drink.
Morning Kick has probiotics to help you lose weight, prebiotics for digestion, superfoods for muscles and joints, and powerful anti-aging supplements. It'll help you feel youthful, energized, and helps manage stress.
I look and feel better than I have in years.
Go to roundhouseprovisions.com, use code SUPPORT, or text SUPPORT to 511-511 and claim 40% off. roundhouseprovisions.com, code SUPPORT.
Every purchase comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee. You could be feeling these changes within just a couple of days.
Text SUPPORT to 511-511.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Tax fees may apply.
Michael and Justin Greene have great news about Bobby L. Greene, your home team.
We saw the need for a heating and cooling contractor that could do the same thing that we've offered plumbing services for many, many years, and we decided to jump into the AC and heating space.
We just saw the opportunity to provide another service to our customers, to be a one-stop shop, to take care of their needs and be there and provide the same quality service that we've always provided.
3 generations of local service. Bobby L. Greene, 318-631-0235.
You've heard a lot of remarkable things about the Pearl Restaurant, located at Fern and 70th. In addition to the incredible food and drinks, the Pearl is now open for dinner 7 days a week, plus lunch or brunch on the weekends. The bar opens at 3, the restaurant opens at 4 Monday through Thursday, and it opens at 11 a.m. all weekend long. Amazing Louisiana-style food with flavor profiles unlike anything you'll find in the state. A 47-foot bar serving signature cocktails, spirits, wine, and beer. An unrivaled selection of both raw and cooked oysters. Plus, the Pearl is serving up amazing old-school favorites like burgers and certified Angus steaks, dry-aged and rubbed in their special Pearl dust. Both the burgers and steaks are Rogers Hampton approved, which is the most prestigious award that a food can receive. The Pearl Restaurant, 6871 Fern Avenue, right off East 70th. Whether you want an amazing lunch on the weekend or an elegant dinner any day of the week, the Pearl has you covered. Let them treat you right at the Pearl.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate me. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Tiger weather now.
Big area of high pressure back across Texas kind of sticks around for late October. That means steady as she goes. No big October cold fronts coming through. There is some tropical action, but it all stays well south of us. 52 degrees our low tonight. Sunshine Tuesday, 88 degrees. I'm meteorologist Scott Larimore at the Weather Channel.
The previous program was paid for by Tim Fletcher.
It's time for the main course with Rogers Hampton. Here's your host, Patrick Netherton.
KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Bossier City's home for LSU sports, a Town Square Media station.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Rogers and Patrick. That's us. Hope everyone's having themselves a wonderful day. Getting ready to wrap this bad boy up on a, what is today, a Tuesday? Gosh, Rogers, I don't know what day it feels like, but it doesn't feel like Tuesday. Long week already. Hambone, that's him. Patrick, that's me. All right, what did we miss, Rogers? Anything we needed to discuss that we missed? Let's see. I got my WNBA in, which I know Rogers is happy about.
We can talk about that brisket biscuit again if you want to.
Oh, the brisket biscuit. Oh, actually, it reminds me, Rogers, I need to talk about Bobby L. Greene Plumbing.
There you go.
Now that you think about it. 631-0235 is how you get in touch with the best in the business when it comes to plumbing, heating, cooling, gas, you name it. Chances are Bobby L. Greene Plumbing can fix it. You can find them online at greeneplumbing.com, Greene plumbing.com, or you can give them a shout over there on their phone line at 631-0235. The cool thing is you can make an appointment online. You don't necessarily have to call them if you don't want to. I know a lot of people don't like to get on the phone and chit-chat. Meanwhile, Rogers still pays his bills over the phone, which is complete insanity in my eyes. The light, the heat. But yeah, if you want to get in touch with Bobby L. Greene Plumbing, you don't have to call them necessarily. You can just go online at greeneplumbing.com. Go ahead and give them a shout. Tell them you want to jump in and get an appointment. You can make an appointment, get your folks out there to fix whatever's wrong. Plumbing issues, you've got a heating issue, got a cooling issue. Obviously, you kind of need both heat and cool right around now for some reason. You know, temps are in the 40s and then in the 80s, and it's just all over the place. So, yeah, it's a little wild what's happening right now in our weather. But if you want to get everything handled, Bobby L. Greene Plumbing will handle it for you. 631-0235. Don't forget they've got discounts, churches, first responders, senior citizens. They've got they'll save you a little money if you put in a hot water heater. They'll give you a free tune-up on your furnace. If you are you want to have a camera snake down into your drains, they'll give you a discount on that. All kind of fun stuff that they have available for you, and all of that you can find online. They got coupons online for all of that. So hit the website at greeneplumbing.com, Greene plumbing.com. You can do that, and boom, you're in like Flynn, right? You're good to go. So make it happen. 631-0235 or greeneplumbing.com. And as always, make sure you tell them you heard about it right here on the Patrick Netherton Show. That lets them know that their advertising dollars are working. And we want them to know that they're advertising. Oh, gosh. Dag nabbit. Oh, come on, man. I literally just clicked out of Clean Feed, which is my, for those folks that are watching, yeah, I'm back, Rogers. Hambone, I was clicking off of a tab, and I clicked the Clean Feed tab closed. Like, Rogers, can I just go into hibernation and show back up in the spring? Or can I be like one of those giant bears that they have, you know, on cameras and the who's the fattest bear? Like, I just, why is everything not going correctly for me right now? I don't know. It's so sad. I literally was closing out a tab on my computer, and I accidentally closed out the clean feed tab. I don't know why. There's no good rhyme or reason for it. It just hit the X on the clean feed tab. When I was actually trying to click onto I wasn't even trying to close out. I was just looking at my messages to see if anybody had texted and there was anything I needed to read before I closed out and finished the show. And instead, I hit the close out the clean feed X. I X'd out of clean feed because just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Just sad. Sad. By the way, the women's preseason All-American college basketball poll is out. No surprise, Paige Beckers, Juju Watkins, Paige Beckers from UConn, Juju Watkins from USC are the folks that are headlining the list. Also, a bunch of three sophomores in that group, including Juju Watkins. Hannah Hidalgo from Notre Dame, Madison Booker of Texas, Kiki Iriafen of USC as well. Watkins, Hidalgo, Booker, all sophomores. So pretty crazy. Oh, Rogers, I'm so happy we reached the end. I feel like if I move, something bad's gonna happen. Like my computer's gonna blow up, or my TV's gonna fall over. I don't know. Just seems like everything I do is something happens that goes the wrong direction. I don't know why. It's pretty ridiculous, I tell you. Pretty ridiculous. All right, we made it though. We got to the end. And that means tomorrow we will be back. May try to line up a guest for tomorrow, see if we can't get maybe one of our Saints friends to jump in and talk a little bit about what's going on in New Orleans. Maybe one of our college writers to check things out. Maybe we'll see what's going on in the world of college athletics. I've been a little lax in my interviews and guests. I know that. It's a battle at times. It's a battle. All right, that's it for us. We appreciate everyone listening, tuning in, and watching if you're watching on one of our streaming services. And again, please go and follow, subscribe to all of our different streaming platforms, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. Please go and follow, subscribe, whatever it calls for. All of that helps our numbers. All that helps our metrics, and we appreciate you helping us out with that. Whether you're watching on Facebook, you're watching on YouTube, you're watching on Twitter or Twitch, helping, following the page, liking the page, subscribing to the page definitely helps out our numbers. All right, for Rogers Hampton, I'm Patrick Netherton. Y'all be safe and careful out there, everyone. Enjoy the pleasant weather, even if it's just a touch hot. At least it's not 100 degrees outside, and at least it's not 20. So enjoy the pleasant weather while we've got it. For Hambone, I'm Patrick. Y'all be safe and careful. See you tomorrow, 1 to 3. Tomorrow 1:05 to 3 after hooking up and tracking down. Hooking up and tracking down. I put too much G in those. Hooking up and tracking down. That is tomorrow from 11 to 1. And then we'll be on at